News from Ardem just released about a month ago, stating that they were going to be delaying their playtests until about August 31st. Now, they stated that the reason that they were doing this was because they actually wanted to make sure that they got it right on the very first try, which is something that a lot of gaming studios, they kind of mess up, and it can definitely hurt them. Now, we saw the previous games that have come out, like Arc Raiders, made a really, really good first impression, and then it kind of tapered off once it got down to the cheaters and the stream snipers. But of all the gameplay that they have released on their YouTube, it looks like Artem could be a really, really viable competitor in the looter shooter survival genre. And so I wanted to watch this really quick, like going over it's just going over like the fire towers and stuff that they have in Artem. But I wanted to check it out and see exactly what they have in store for us.
Hello everyone, my name is Bruce, the marketing manager here at Tecto Games, and welcome to another Ardem Spotlight video where I showcase newly developed locations. Our environment designers are a very small team, but these guys...
Okay, first off, I'm not going to say it's his, but just wait till you hear this guitar set in and tell me who this creator is.
Guys are so incredibly talented. Let's face it, these guys are the ones that bring the
like
world
the music
and Ardem together slowly but surely, piece by piece. And honestly, it's quite amazing to see what these guys come up with on a daily basis. Today in particular, I would like to show you a very special place.
Sounds a little bit like Anarchy.
Firewatch Tower. There will be multiple Firewatch towers placed in multiple
I love this
areas
music,
in
and I've
Ardem.
listened to
this
it
is not the one and only. All these locations,
tens of thousands
they
of
come
times.
with water tanks, and all of them
One
have
day,
a
chat,
living
I swear,
step.
we
The
will
reason
team up
being
with
is
Anarchy.
because most Firewatch towers are designed to be used for a long-term use. Even before the apocalypse, if you were stationed to operate one of these locations,
Base it up!
your hours would typically be very long, and you wouldn't be
All right,
able
hang on.
to
That guy looked like
leave
Mark
this-
Zuckerberg. Let's be real here. Look at this. Tell me that didn't look like the Zuck.
and you wouldn't be able to leave this place.
Oh, come on. Show me the thing. Where's his face? Right here.
One of
Tell me
these
it doesn't look like
locations,
Zuckerberg.
your hours
Look at that! That is Zuckerberg. He's already infiltrated the game. He used meta to go back in time to put himself in this game. The main character syndrome on that
would
guy.
typically be very long, and you wouldn't be able to leave this place for a very specific given time frame. And that is why, if we take a look at this location in particular, there is a large opening close to the tower itself, and that would allow helicopters to bring supplies for each individual personnel that was stationed in one of these places.
So I wonder if we're gonna have
Those supplies would
helicopters.
typically last them a pretty good amount of time, because again, if you were assigned to one of these towers, you wouldn't be going home for a while. Some of these locations have solar panels. They're weak, but sufficient, which of course comes extremely handy during apocalypse. As you would imagine, these towers have a beautiful overview of the area around them, which becomes a very strategic location for snipers and other experienced survivors. All Firewatches have pros and cons with them. Even though being up there gives you a better overview of most locations and your surroundings, something you need to constantly remember is that if you see someone down there, they can see you as well. As of right now, we're currently only focusing on exterior.
So obviously they're in like pre-alpha, right? But once this is really polished, like the textures on here, once these are set and they've figured out their engine, they've done everything, this really could be the perfect combination between like Gray Zone and DayZ graphic wise, because there's like a little bit of a disconnect between like the way that Gray Zone is and how realistic all of Gray Zone's things look, and then you look at something like DayZ, which is on an older engine, but it still is very, very pretty in its own right. So it definitely strikes some intrigue to what the future of the looter shooter survival
Interiors are not even being touched at this moment, but
stuff
definitely
looks
expect
like.
some really cool features later throughout Ardem's development. And again, just remember, the world in Ardem is not procedurally generated, but in fact developed individually by the environment designers, which is perfect because
Rawr.
every individual location will have its own story attached to it, and that's what matters. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.
I mean, honestly, dev vlogs like this, dev blogs, whatever, like this, show me how much heart and soul go into it, because this is
Only
just
you can
Hey,
prevent wildfires.
just say thank you so much for the follow, retired 15 alpha. Uh, you know, it shows how much of a passion project things like this can be. And when studios like Madfinger and this studio go into it and they're being very personal, they're putting their hearts on the line, and that's huge. And I think that the future of gaming is very, very bright. And I think that Arc Raiders definitely set the tone for what a game can be. I think that their systems got stress tested way beyond what they thought it was capable of doing as far as just a play test. But when you have someone like the Burnt Peanut hopping on and having 70, 80,000 concurrent viewers, stream snipers are going to come out and they're going to want to get their time and glory. But I don't think we're going to have that issue in Ardem. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Be kind, stay friendly. Paradise loves you. Out.